So good to see everybody, and I just have to ask really quick. If you're a Liston or a Hogan, raise your hand. Okay, all right. Woo! If you think you are, raise your hand. Before we get started, I'm not quite through with Barbara. To me, Barbara is like the matriarch of College Mound. She was younger than my mother's generation, but older than my generation. We were kind of in the middle a little bit, so I always thought she was closer to my age, and to understand she was 82, I was very surprised. Evidently I was wrong. She wasn't so close to my age. Not at all close. I have a little surprise. It's really a little surprise, but you remember Murdy Bozeman, my grandmother?
Of course.
Well, her great-great-granddaughters want to give, and their very grandmother. This is Lynn Bozeman Cruz's granddaughters and Murdy's great-great-granddaughters. And let's see, hiding behind the flowers is Aislinn Kate, named after Murdy Kate. Come on this side. And then there's Andy Cruz on this end, and their grandmother Lynn. And Charlie McAnally, she's Lynn's other granddaughter. So would y'all bring Miss Barbara some flowers, and we have a cup for her, don't we, Andy?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Aislinn. Miss Barbara. I don't mind if this one tries, do you? Okay.
I got Big Mama's handkerchief.
Okay. Say happy birthday, girls. And she's got something for you.
Oh my gosh, let's see what else.
My grandmother used to trot us out for every event. You know, so it's only fair, you know, that she just pass it on
I
down.
see what's a Dick back there, so he's the oldest grandchild here.
We do have the oldest grandchild.
A Big Mama. I'm the fourth oldest. Dick, Tom, Henry, me. And Jim Bob over there
Is the baby.
is the baby.
I know so much about this family now, and they are truly amazing. I think one of the most amazing part is that there's always been a listing and a Hogan in these pews since 18, I'm not really sure when the first person sat down. There's always been a Liston and a Hogan in these pews ever since the beginning.
I'm
But-
born first.
I'm going to move along because really the most important part is coming, and that is to hear Pat Hogan speak to you today. Pat is a son of College Mound. I mean, it doesn't get closer to the bone than this, except he moved when he was 4 and he never came back. But we forgot. We would have asked you to speak earlier. No, the oldest son of Robert Hogan, who is the youngest son of Maggie Liston Hogan, never missed a decoration day in his 75 years. He taught his children well. James, Jim Bob, as we like to call him, in his happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'd like to introduce Pat Hogan. He doesn't know where to begin or end with what he has to say, so because he knows it like we do and he loves it like we do. So I'm just going to give it to you, Pat.
Thank you.
You go.
The idea that I'd be standing on this side of this podium on this day is amazing, and I am thrilled to be here. I want to add my thanks to Debbie and all the people that worked with her to put this day on. It is amazing, and all the help that she has given me along the way and getting ready for today has been great. She is 1 year younger than me.
Younger.
That's very important. And so when we were kids, we were running around this place. I have a couple other running buddies in the audience today, and we'll talk about them in a few minutes. I also want to give thanks to my cousin, Barbara, and her encouragement and support through this. Thank you very much. Okay. With me today is my wife of almost 45 years, Cindy, is here. I have 2 children, Kristen and Stephen, and Kristen wasn't able to come, and until about 15 minutes ago, I thought my son was not able to come, but he made way and drove up here from Houston today and surprised me. So he's sitting right here. This is Steve. Also with me today is, as you've already heard, is my brother James and his wife Lynn, and this is their 29th explain a little bit about my history here, so that you'll get a little bit more perspective. Debbie's already said that I was only lived in Terrell until I was 4. Both my parents got jobs in Dallas, and so we moved to Dallas then, and I grew up in Dallas. All those years of that, we probably came back to church here about every month or 2, because we had our own Methodist church in Dallas that we went to most of the time. And of course, we never missed a decoration day. You've already heard what my dad, and besides that, you know, even if he hadn't missed one, we wouldn't have missed one during that time. I have some, often, both of my parents grew up here. They were both singers, so they have sung in this church many times, both for the regular services and for specials, for weddings and all kinds of things. I think the old man had sung something like 50 weddings, not all in here, but being the youngest brother of 8, there were a lot of weddings to do. So he was around that a lot. What they passed on to me is the reverence for this place. And that has never left my heart or who I am. And as soon as I come close to this place, whenever I come back, it feels like home to me. Now, I want to share with you a couple of Decoration Day remembrances. If y'all know who Clyde Love is, but Clyde and my Uncle Grady, I'll talk about him a little bit more today.